What terrible sex advice would teenage you totally believe? That you're supposed to put the balls in too. When I was a kid, my mom sprung the question on my little brother if he knew what sex was because he kept making comments that could be related to sex. I don't remember what the comment was. He was probably about 10 or 11 then, and he piped up and said, "Of course I know what sex is. You stick your balls in the girl's private parts and your finger up their butt." When I lost my virginity, 16-year-old me lit every candle I could find so it would be more romantic. It was 3 p.m. Also, each one smelled different, so it was like fucking in a Yankee Candle dumpster fire. Since this blew up, there's more. I put rose petals on the bed. Yeah, those stain, by the way, ruined those white sheets. Also, just to really set the mood, the music I put on was, you guessed it, tribal drumming. Not tribal techno or drum and bass, but actual tribal drumming. My high school sweetheart and I are still friends, at 45, and laugh about it. It is 1:06 a.m., and I think I read the best four-word combination I'll ever read today. That if she's on top, you can't get her pregnant. 'Cause of gravity. Makes sense, and I'm 30. A girl I went to in college thought she was helping cure her boyfriend's kidney problem by sucking out the stones whenever she gave head. I can't believe I just read this sentence. The first time always hurts, so get it over ASAP, and then you can both enjoy sex. Yeah, I was not a smart 16-year-old, and unsurprisingly, my first time was terrible. 1 second of penetration, followed by 15 minutes of consoling my poor girlfriend. Don't feel bad. The number of smart 16-year-olds that have a fairy tale wonderful first time could just about fill the backseat of a VW Beetle. Everybody's first time is awkward. Sex only gets good when you both have confidence and know what you want. I don't remember where I heard it, but as a teenager, I believed squeezing a girl's boobs would increase her risk of breast cancer. If their boobs never get squeezed, they're less likely to be diagnosed with it. A perfect example of correlation not equaling causation. Drinking Mountain Dew kills your sperm. As a teenage boy who really didn't want a surprise pregnancy, I drank a lot of Mountain Dew just to be safe. OMG, I went out with a guy who believed this. He couldn't believe I got pregnant. You had unprotected sex with an idiot. Back in high school, one kid said, "If you come in a girl, you can just squeeze her and it'll come back out so she won't get pregnant." 15-year-old me believed it for a short while too. The old toothpaste tube method works every time. I was 18 and a busboy. Literally knew zero about women. I told the sous chef, who was mid-30s at the time, about one of my earliest sexual experiences. The woman who I slept with was a heavy creamer, but I had no clue about this back then. An IDK if he told me this because he was literally just fucking with me, was being a hater, or he'd never experienced it himself. But when I asked him about the mysterious cream, he started cracking up and said, "Dude, that's leftover cum from the guy she fucked before. Probably a few hours before." I was crushed and totally believed him. Ruined my confidence for at least a couple of years. Wherever you are, sunshine, the sous chef, figgity F you, man. I might have dated you, sous chef. Or at least I sincerely hope there are not two idiots like that out there. A guy I was seeing dumped me because he hadn't come yet and was using a condom anyway. But there was some whitish liquid. He was completely convinced that it was residue from someone else. This man was around 30, by the way.